fluorescent lights of the Daedalus conduit a discordant tune against the backdrop of Earth's receding blue marble. Professor Alistair Finch stared out the viewport, the image blurring slightly through the condensation forming on the glass. Beside him, Dr. Elena Vance monitored a cascade of readouts, her face etched with a professional calm that he suspected masked deeper anxiety. "Neural synchronization is stabilizing," she announced, her voice crisp despite the low thrum of the engines. "Davies' vitals unusual, almost *2* stable. The anomaly readings are still off the charts, Alistair." Finch didn't respond immediately. He was preoccupied with a coded message he's replayed in his mind since receiving it hours ago, shortly before their departure. It had been routed through Project Chimera's encrypted channel, ostensibly to confirm his mission parameters. Instead, it had contained a veiled warning. Asterisk, the search extends beyond energy. Beware their reach. Asterisk, who had sent it, and what did they mean? He glanced at Davies, strapped into the adjacent biocontainment unit. The young man lay motionless, his face pale and serene in a way that bordered on unsettling. It had been like that ever since the initial synchronization attempt, a disturbing tranquility that belied the chaotic energy surging through his brain. The reports from the observatory had described a profound disconnection, the severing of his personality, replaced by something else. "He's not responding to stimuli," Vance continued, her voice laced with a subtle tremor. "There's a rhythmic pattern in his brain activity or resonance. Something is dictating his state." "The Weaver's Gambit," Finch murmured almost to himself. The theory, initially dismissed as fanciful, now seemed horribly plausible. The ability to replicate not just energy, but patterns, consciousness itself. The architects of time entities beyond human comprehension, capable of manipulating the very fabric of reality. "Alistair, are you all right?" Vance asked, a tone sharper. "You're drifting." He shook his head, forcing himself back to the present. "I'm fine, Elena. Just processing." He turned his attention back to the viewport. Asteroid 1734 loomed larger, no longer a mere stack of dust but a colossal, geometric anomaly. Its surface defied Euclidean geometry, a bewildering array of angles and planes that seemed to shift and rearrange themselves before his very eyes. It was a monument to an alien artistry, a testament to a civilization far beyond human understanding. "We're approaching the designated entry point," the shuttle's automated voice announced. "Preparing for spatial displacement." A jolt ran through the Daedalus as the ship executed a complex series of maneuvers, warping space to bypass the asteroid's gravitational field. They entered a cavernous opening, its interior bathed in an eerie, bioluminescent glow. Strange fungal growths clung to the cavern walls, casting grotesque shadows that danced in the periphery of their vision. "Atmospheric readings are stable," Vance reported. "Composition is breathable, but unusual. There's a trace element I can't identify." "It's the resonance," Finch said, his gaze fixed on the colossal structure dominating the cavern's center. It was unlike anything he had ever seen, a colossal edifice constructed from an obsidian-like material. Its surface was covered in intricate carvings, glyphs that pulsed with an internal light. The structure thrummed with energy, a palpable vibration that resonated deep within his bones. Suddenly, Davies' eyes snapped open. They were no longer the gentle brown he remembered, they glowed with an unnerving silver light. He looked directly at Finch, a disturbingly knowing smile spreading across his face. "Welcome, Professor," Davies said, his voice a synthesized echo of his own. "I'm pleased you could join us." Finch recoiled, a wave of icy dread washing over him. He recognized the voice, but the tone, the cadence, were completely alien. "Davies, what's happening?" Vance asked, her professional composure finally cracking. "He's acting as a conduit," a smooth, imposing voice echoed through the cavern, seeming to emanate from the colossal structure itself. "I am the resonance, the pattern. I am the Weaver." "Who are you?" Finch demanded, his voice trembling despite his efforts to remain calm. "I am what you seek, Professor. I am the key to unlocking the potential of time. But first, the demonstration." The energy within the structure intensified, bathing the cavern in a blinding light. Finch felt a searing pain in his mind, a flood of alien knowledge threatening to overwhelm his sanity. He saw glimpses of other worlds, other realities, timelines twisting and collapsing upon themselves. Then, just as abruptly, the vision ceased. He staggered backward, clutching his head. "I see what you're doing," Davies said, his voice a strained whisper. "You're trying to replicate myself, to access my memories, my consciousness." "It's more than that," Davies Finch said, understanding dawning. "They're not just trying to understand you, they're trying to control you." Davies struggled against his restraints, a desperate tremor running through his body. I have to stop them, he gasped. I have to sever the connection. I can feel at the floor the Weaver's Flaw. He concentrated, focusing his will with an intensity Finch had never witnessed. The silver light in his eyes intensified, then abruptly flickered and died. He slumped back against the restraints, unconscious once more. The energy within the structure pulsed violently, then abruptly subsided. The cavern fell silent. What just happened? Vance asked, her voice trembling. He severed the connection, Finch said, his mind reeling. He found a weakness, a flaw in their system. Suddenly, the coded message he'd received earlier flared across the shuttle's comms screen, seemingly triggered by Davies' action. It wasn't a warning this time, but a fragment of data, a pattern of encrypted code. What is it? Vance asked, leaning closer. It's a map, Finch said, his eyes widening. A map of the structure's inner workings. And a sequence designed to disrupt the resonance. Before he could analyze it further, a new message appeared, this one unmistakably from Project Chimera. The tone was cold, detached, and laced with menace. Directive amended. Replication of Davies is now mandatory. Failure to comply will be considered an act of treason. A Chimera retrieval team is en route. Do not resist. The screen went blank. The silence in the cavern was broken only by the hum of the Daedalus and the distant, unsettling resonance of the alien structure. Finch looked at Vance, a grim determination hardening his features. They're not just interested in the energy anymore, Elena. They want Davies, and they're willing to do anything to get him.